All right, folks, last night, Donald Trump slipped up in a major way, and the clip that we're about to watch together is likely going to be included in every single Democratic ad leading up to the 2026 midterms. Yesterday, Donald Trump at the White House in the East Room had this late night event at around 8 o'clock. That's late for him because, he is sundowning at this time. His decline is very much on display. And they were talking about the government shutdown, the affordability crisis in this country, the fact that prices continue to go up, inflation continues to go up. And Donald Trump just essentially in this clip wrote off all of those concerns, lied about prices going down, and just told the American people to not believe what their eyes and what their wallets are telling them. So we're going to get into all of this and more. Donald Trump's little press conference he had last night went very poorly for him. Before we do any of that, make sure to subscribe to the channel down below, drop a like on the video, comment, let me know what you think about this story. And without further ado, let's not waste any time. Let's just take a look at this very devastating answer for Donald Trump as he lies about affordability and as he completely writes off the concerns of the American people.
You look at 25% reduction in costs for Thanksgiving between Biden and me, meaning this administration. That's a tremendous number. It's the biggest reduction in cost in the history of that chart or whatever it is they do. They do a synopsis of everything. They cover every element of Thanksgiving meals. 25% down. So I don't want to hear about the affordability because right now.
Right there. Right there. Can we just get a run back on that quote? I don't want to hear about the affordability. Thank you, Donald Trump, for the greatest gift that you've ever given the United States, which is nothing you've done via policy, no laws you've signed in, but rather this quote right here, which perfectly describes how Donald Trump feels about the affordability crisis in the United States. I don't want to hear about it. He doesn't want to hear about it. He doesn't care. He doesn't care that people are suffering, that prices are going up, and that, the main promise of his campaign, which was, lowering inflation, eliminating it on day one, which is a direct quote, verbatim from Donald Trump. All of those promises are being broken. He doesn't care. But don't worry, everybody. He's building a ballroom, and his billionaire buddy friends are doing just fine. They're making more money than ever under Donald Trump as average people suffer. This is genuinely one of the worst quotes you can get from a politician in terms of electorally in the day and age that we live in. I don't want to hear about the affordability. Insane. And the clip gets worse as he continues to lie. He says that Thanksgiving is 25% less expensive this year. Does he think the American people are stupid? People are going to go out and buy Thanksgiving food and they're going to be like, wow, things are much more expensive than they were. And they're going to listen to the president lying to them, and they're going to say, I don't like what the party is doing. Let's vote for the other guys, as in the Democrats.
Now we're much less. If you look at energy, we're getting close to $2 a gallon gasoline. With Biden, it was $4.50, $5. Another thing, inflation. We had the worst inflation in the history of our country. Now we have virtually no inflation at all. It's down at a very low number and a very normal number. So the affordability is much better with the Republicans. The only problem is the Republicans don't talk about it. And Republicans should start talking about it and use their heads because we have great numbers. We have and they're going to only get better when all these jobs open up, all these factories open up that are being built all over our country.
Oh, my God.
We are building auto plants. We're building AI plants. We're leading in AI over China.
Okay. So first of all, gas is not $2 a gallon. I don't know what he's on. Maybe it's some medication that's not meshing with his body well, but I don't know where anybody's getting $2 gas unless you're living in the middle of the United States. So that's completely false. But then he goes on to ramble about these factories we're building all over the country. Joe Biden did that. The funding from the infrastructure law, the Inflation Reduction Act, those major laws that Biden signed in, that funding is kicking in now. Now factories are being built because of the CHIPS and Science Act. Now factories are being built because of Joe Biden, and he's taking credit for it like a slimy loser that he always does. And it's just a consistent theme that we're seeing in the Republican Party. Just yesterday, Mike Johnson, Speaker of the House, was asked why prices are going up, what they're going to do about food prices, and listen to what he said. It is such a devastating answer, and you might as well throw this clip in there in the Democratic ads as well.
Yeah, but the USDA has reported, and all of the economists have shown, food prices always go up. There's an inflationary level that's built into grocery prices, but they're going up at a much slower pace. In other words, the economic policies, even though all the provisions of the Working Families Tax Cut have not yet been implemented, that's going to make a dramatic effect. It's going to be like jet fuel to the economy. We have all
jet fuel to the economy. Giving tax cuts to the wealthy is jet fuel to the economy, according to Mike Johnson. But listen to this. All the economists have shown that food prices always go up. There's an inflationary level that's built into the grocery prices. Donald Trump said he would reduce the price of food. There would not be just some mandatory inflation that comes with. He said he would reduce the price of food. Things would be cheaper. They're not cheaper. Things are going up. They are lying to your face. They are lying to the American people. They are lying. Inflation has gone up, the rate of inflation, every single month since April. And Mike Johnson and Donald Trump are going around saying inflation is so low, we have it under control. No, they do not. These tariffs that are going into place are only making inflation go up, are only making things more expensive, and they don't see it. It is so insane. Then Donald Trump started talking about SNAP, food programs for hungry Americans, and just his quote is so absurd. Watch.
And one other thing, our country has to remain very liquid because problems, catastrophes, wars, could be anything. We have to remain liquid. We can't give everything away based on a number. Here's an example. When I was president, the number that you're talking about was a tiny fraction of what it is now. Biden went totally crazy, gave it to anybody that would ask, gave it to people that were able-bodied, had no problem. Anybody that would ask would get the number. And it's many times the number of people are on this.
Okay, so Grandpa's rambling again, but our country has to remain very liquid. I mean, is he talking about liquid cash, as in like having it in a bank account somewhere? And what does Donald Trump think? Like, does he not think that the money is liquid until it's spent? Does he just have no idea how the government is run? I mean, this guy's decline is so bad. You're just seeing it everywhere. I mean, look, this was Donald Trump at his press conference yesterday where someone passed out in front of him and he didn't care. But looks like old Donnie over here was passed out himself. He was in his chair, slumped back as there was a press conference taking place. If Joe Biden slumped in his chair like this and was sleeping, basically, with his eyes, Donald Trump's eyes closed, or his eyes are clearly closed there, if that was Joe Biden, Fox News might do another January 6th. They might send their followers to the Capitol. That's how angry they would be. They'd run the coverage for a week straight. No, not a week, a month, a year, the entire presidency. They'd run it every single day. But since it's Donald Trump slumping back in his chair, and since it's Donald Trump saying the country has to remain liquid, they're silent. They won't speak on any of this. It is so absurd what we're watching right now. They're lying about affordability. They're lying about inflation. They're lying about the main issues that are impacting the American people, which, by the way, are some of the main issues that Donald Trump made promises on that he's now breaking. So this is exactly why Democrats did so well the other night in elections across the country, Virginia, California, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, whatever it is. That's why Democrats did so well, because we have a liar in chief sitting in the Oval Office. Kanks, as the folks at the I've Had It podcast call him. Anyway, listen, I will leave the video there. Thank you so much for watching. It means the world that you are here. Make sure to subscribe down below, drop a like on the video, comment, let me know what you think about this story. Just stay strong. That's all I got. Have an amazing rest of your day, and we will talk soon.